There is a part of you that you were never taught to meet, a part that learned very early that certain emotions, impulses, and thoughts were not welcome. So it stepped back into the dark, not because it was evil, but because it was unprotected. Carl Jung called this hidden dimension of the psyche the shadow, and integrating it is not about becoming darker, it is about becoming whole. The shadow is made of everything we deny, repress, or disown in ourselves. Anger that felt too dangerous, desire that felt too forbidden, sensitivity that felt too weak, confidence that felt too arrogant. It is not only the bad parts we hide, but also the powerful ones. Anything that threatened the image we were trying to survive with was quietly pushed into the unconscious. Over time, we forgot it was even ours. Yet, it never left. It waits, patiently, shaping our reactions, our relationships, and our self-sabotage from behind the scenes. When the shadow is ignored, it does not disappear. It becomes louder, more distorted. It leaks into our lives through projection. We see in others what we cannot see in ourselves. We condemn, admire, fear, or obsess over traits that are actually reflections of our own hidden nature. The person who angers you intensely often carries a piece of your own disowned fire. The person you idealize may embody a strength you never allowed yourself to claim. Shadow integration begins with a quiet courage, the courage to stop running from discomfort and start listening to it. The courage to ask not, "Why am I like this?" but what part of me is trying to be seen. This is not a violent confrontation. It is a gentle turning inward, like entering a dark room slowly and letting your eyes adjust. Jung did not see the shadow as a problem to be eliminated. He saw it as a gateway to authenticity. Without meeting the shadow, we live only half a life, wearing a mask crafted by social expectations and survival strategies. With the shadow integrated, we become real, not perfect, not pure, but honest, alive. Integration does not mean acting out every impulse. It means recognizing them, understanding them, and choosing consciously how to respond. The shadow holds raw energy. When unconscious, it controls us. When conscious, it becomes fuel for creativity, confidence, and depth. Think of the shadow as a wounded child rather than a monster. It learned that being fully itself was unsafe. It learned to hide. When you approach it with judgment, it retreats further. When you approach it with curiosity, it begins to trust. Many people fear that if they look into their shadow, they will find something unbearable. But what they usually find is something deeply human. Grief that was never allowed to be felt. Rage that was never allowed to be expressed. Love that was never allowed to be received. Power that was never allowed to be owned. The shadow is not your enemy. It is your abandoned self. Shadow integration is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong dialogue. Each stage of life reveals new layers of it. Each challenge, each emotional trigger, each repeating pattern is an invitation to look deeper. Not to fix yourself, but to understand yourself. When you notice a strong emotional reaction to someone, pause. Ask what part of you feels threatened, exposed, or mirrored. When you feel shame, ask what truth is trying to surface. When you feel resistance, ask what fear lies beneath it. These questions open doors, slowly, quietly, without force. The more you integrate your shadow, the less fragmented you become. You stop performing goodness and start embodying wholeness. You stop chasing identity and start inhabiting it. You no longer need to be perfect to feel worthy, because you understand that worth is not created by purity, but by honesty. There is a strange peace that comes with shadow work, not the peace of avoidance, but the peace of recognition. A peace that says, yes, this too is me. And in that acceptance, something inside relaxes. The inner war ends. The energy once used to suppress now becomes available to live. Jung said that one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. This does not mean glorifying darkness. It means understanding it. Light that denies darkness is fragile. Light that knows darkness is unbreakable. To integrate your shadow is to reclaim your full humanity. It is to stand in your contradictions without collapsing. It is to hold both strength and vulnerability, both discipline and wildness, both fear and courage. It is to stop splitting yourself into acceptable and unacceptable parts and instead become a unified being. Most people spend their lives trying to become someone. Shadow integration is the process of becoming yourself. And when you do, you discover something profound. The shadow was never trying to destroy you. It was trying to complete you. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.